Forests play an important role in the water cycle as well. They contribute to it through transpiration. Transpiration is the process by which water vapor evaporates from the leaves and stems of a plant into the atmosphere. It then rises up in the air. When it comes in contact with a cooler surface, it condenses and forms clouds. When the water droplets in the clouds become heavy, they fall down as rain. The rainwater flows into streams, rivers, and oceans, thereby completing the water cycle. Roots of plants not only fix them to the soil, but also bind the soil together. When forests are destroyed, the topsoil becomes loose and is eroded by water and wind. This causes an increase in desert land. Fertility of the soil is also reduced. Erosion of topsoil also reduces the capacity of soil to absorb rainwater. As a result, there are floods. Adil is at a clinic. He complains of itchy sensation in his eyes and an irritation in his throat. The doctor attributes the symptoms to pollution. The smoke and poisonous gases emitted by vehicles and factories are the cause of such symptoms as experienced by Adil. But the situation would have been worse had there been no forests, because trees clean up the air by absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. Forests also absorb and block noise arising from the urban environment, making the earth a livable place.
Soil gives shelter to various organisms like earthworm and other microorganisms. They help in loosening the soil. It helps the roots to breathe and allow water to pass, preventing waterlogging. So all parts in the forest are interrelated. If there is disturbance to any one part, it affects all parts. Say for example, if large number of trees are cut for construction, then the food production will be less, habitat will be disturbed, soil erosion may take place. There will be imbalance in oxygen and carbon dioxide level as well as imbalance in the nutrients. Thus, forests are the living systems in themselves.
Introduction. Forests are the best gift of nature provided to mankind. It provides space for living to many of the living organisms. Apart from this, we are availing a lot of benefits from the forests. Forests constitute of different kinds of herbs, shrubs as well as trees. Many of them constitute to provide medicinal values. We obtain a variety of timber products from our forests. Moreover, they are helpful in removing the pollutants in the air, thus helping in the reduction of air pollution. Importance of forests: provides shelter and shade, provides air, food, fruits, timber and water and medicine, acts as a natural atmospheric purifier, helps in managing climate, soil erosion and controlling noise pollution, helps in sustainability by managing biodiversity, provide people with employment benefits, an important aspect of the environment, a reservoir of greenhouse gases, aesthetic value. Conclusion: forests are sole providers of various benefits to mankind. Therefore, it is our responsibility to help in the reduction of activities which are leading to a reduction in the forest land. Since it provides us with different services and on the other hand we are benefited too, then why are we forgetting our role in the protection of forests?
Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. Forests are vast stretches of land, densely populated by trees. Forests are home to a wide variety of flora and fauna. The uppermost layer of a forest is known as the overstory. Lower layers formed by shrubs, herbs, and mosses constitute the understory. Forests give us numerous products such as wood, fodder, medicinal plants, paper, bamboo, rubber, glue, etc. The food chain is an arrangement in which energy passes from one organism to another. Forests maintain the balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the atmosphere through photosynthesis. Forests play an important role in the water cycle through transpiration. Forests prevent soil erosion and air and water pollution.
The sentient trees, sprawling branches and remarkable foliage. A breathtaking display of nature's enormity and serenity. The forests cover a third of all land on Earth, approximately 30% of land, and 9.4% of all the planet Earth. The United Nations declared March 21 the International Day of Forests in late 2012, part of a global effort to publicize both the value and plight of woodlands around the world. According to the National Remote Sensing Center, a study has classified 14 forest types in India. And out of these 14 types, Gujarat state has been classified into 8 agroclimatic zones. In these climatic zones, the 4 main types of forest ecosystems found in Gujarat are Type 3B, tropical moist deciduous forest; Type 4B, littoral and swamp forest; Type 5A, tropical dry deciduous forest; Type 6B, northern tropical thorn forest. Gujarat state has total geographical area of 1,96,024 square kilometers, and the climatic condition of the state is tropical. The northern and the eastern borders are made up of mountains, which are themselves either the tails or offshoots of outside ranges like the Aravalis, the Vindhyas, the Satpuras and the Sahyadris. In one of the mountain ranges in South Gujarat occurs the Type 3B tropical moist deciduous forest. These forests are seen in the regions having an annual rainfall of over 1200 mm and are found in the southernmost part of the state in the districts of Surat, Valsad and Dang. These forests form the main source of commercial timber in the state. Teak is an important species which drops its leaves only in the cold weather in localities which are relatively dry or cold, but is almost evergreen in the moistest parts of its distribution. Teak needs a moderately good rainfall and a well-drained terrain. The most luxuriant bamboo grow in the interior of the Dang district. The density is guided essentially by rainfall. The local population in these forests heavily depends on the forest produce for socio-economic sustenance. Kotwalia community here is a primitive landless tribal community. Traditionally, the community is dependent on bamboo craft for their livelihood. To coordinate the activity of work on cultivation of bamboo, product development and knowledge-based development, bamboo training units have been established in the Dang district. A sprawling 100-year-old state-of-the-art sawmill and woodworking unit is operational at Waghai. There is wood processing plant, doors, windows and furniture unit, wherein tribals are provided livelihood opportunities. 2 kilometers past Waghai town, in the Dang district is a large 24 hectares botanical garden. The Garden and Biodiversity Conservation Center have a wide range of native and exotic plant samples. Forests occurring around the sea are more or less gregarious forests of low height which occur in the sea, around the coast, along large rivers where they are critically dependent upon natural water level fluctuations. These forests are the type 4B littoral or swamp forests. These forests, known as mangrove forests, are distributed over 15 districts of the state. Gujarat hosts the second largest mangrove cover, 1,103 square kilometers of the country, that is 4,628 square kilometers. Highest floristic diversity of mangroves has been reported from South Gujarat region owing to better fresh water inflows. Kutch on the northeast is barren and rocky, and in spite of this barrenness, Kutch has the highest mangrove cover of the state. Once standing majestically and definitely in the run of Kutch, these were no ordinary trees. These trees were inland mangroves, the likes of which could not be found anywhere else. Popularly known as Shravan Kavadia, this attractive land houses genetic strains and variability which is thousands of years old. Having incredible heights of 30 to 40 meters, this island of mangrove trees was found to exist nearly 200 kilometers away from the sea. The genesis of this diversity lay in the geological evolution of the land mass, proving the geological past of the region. The third type of the forest, type 5A, tropical dry deciduous forests, known as TDFs, are found in severe and extremely variable climates characterized by low annual rainfall. These forests thrive in the regions having the rainfall between 600 mm to 1200 mm and are found in the central part of the state in the districts of Bharuch, Vadodara, Panchmahal, Sabarkantha in the north and parts of Saurashtra in the districts of Amreli, Junagadh and Jamnagar. The forest ecosystems are truly fascinating, and some of them are very ancient and mysterious as well. The polar forest region of Gujarat is a quiet retreat, nestled in the Aravalli hills bordering Gujarat and Rajasthan. The word polo is derived from pol, which means gateway in Sanskrit. It is a beautiful forest area spread across 400 square kilometers. Polo is surrounded by beautiful hills from where the Harnau river flows and meanders across the forest. Part of the tropical dry deciduous forest, these forests here have a mixed growth of trees which are deciduous during the dry season. The lower canopy in these forests is also deciduous with occasional evergreen or subgreens being present in the moister area. Forests are classified differently from one another depending upon the species developed with the age of forests, soil found in these forests, the density of trees, and history of the geological region. The forest of arid ecoregion, known as type 6B, northern tropical thorn forests. These types of forests occur in the region with less than 600 mm rainfall. The driest, rockiest areas of the ecoregion are covered with a scrub, and the soil is usually bare in these areas. However, some grassy growth may also appear during the short monsoon. These forests are found in districts of Banaskantha, Rajkot and parts of Bhavnagar, Junagadh and Kutch. In the harshest of terrains, people have lived and coexisted with the flora and fauna of the region. The forest of arid ecoregion, the tropical thorn forest, is one such terrain, dry and harsh. In these thorn forests and scrub forests, there are some seasonal wetlands and dry savanna-type vegetation as well. Gorad and Babul are the prevailing plant species, Gorad in the east and Babul in the west. Commiphora vigeti, locally known as Gugar, is an arid region plant, highly valued for its medicinally important gugar gum resin. This species is facing a high risk of extinction in its natural habitat, primarily due to overexploitation. Earlier abundant in the state, gugar is now found only in the Kutch district and some parts of Saurashtra region. Another such species growing in the arid region is babool tree. The trees of babool are average and medium-sized ones. The bark of the tree is dry and form cracks in the length. They are medium-sized trees of about 12 meters height. Leaves, bark, pods, gum, roots, resin and wood. Every part of this tree is useful for its medicinal properties. The Run of Kutch is the only large flooded grassland zone. Most of the grasslands are in Banni and Nalia region of the Kutch. The vast grasslands of this forest type, and especially that of Banni region, produce the best grass of high nutritional value. The grass here is cultivated and stored in government storehouses for use during the drier season. Gujarat State Forest Department is constantly creating and implementing projects in partnership with the rural and forest communities to preserve the green cover through protection, conservation and regeneration. Keeping on the conservation and regeneration efforts, the department also creates and maintains forest nurseries at various locations throughout the state. Vigilance is chief in protection of forests and the wildlife in it. Every reserved forest has checkposts where the officials constantly keep a check. Keeping up with the technological advent, some checkposts are also equipped with closed-circuit TV monitoring for better and safe surveillance. Placed amidst the dense jungles, the various ecotourism centers throughout the forests of Gujarat play a vital role in letting the people get closer to their natural wealth and heritage. Looking beyond the general perspective, forests provide habitats to diverse animal species and indigenous tribes. The forest tribes living in the forest areas of Gujarat have interesting history and culture. They inhabit the rugged terrain. They live a difficult life, and yet they do not overburden or damage their inheritance from nature. The importance of forests cannot be underestimated. We depend on forests for our survival, from the air we breathe to the wood we use. Besides providing habitats for animals and livelihoods for humans, forests also offer watershed protection, prevent soil erosion, and mitigate climate change. It is so important to look after our forests and to take action right now to halt things like climate change and deforestation that threaten to destroy these beautiful and important ecosystems for good.